All right, Javier.
Hey man,
How you doing?
good, really good.
How's school going?
Good too, really good.
And you said you are a junior?
Yes,
Okay, so how's your junior year going?
good so far. Really,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
So at what age did you start boxing?
Well, I started boxing at the age of, let's say, 14, and like I really liked that sport, and I had like times that I would stop, and I'll do, for example, another sport for like soccer or baseball, and then like I didn't want to do that no more, so I just this whole year, 2019 to 2020, I just did nothing but boxing. That's it. Just stayed on that one.
Okay, so you started at 14,
Yes.
and then just this past year you just stuck completely to boxing?
And then I got training again and training again. And like how they say, practice makes perfect. So just put 100% in your training and become the best, for example, athlete that you want to be. And that's what I did.
What made you want to start boxing?
Um, I had friends that became boxers, and I had my older brother. He was a boxer too for a while, and just watching him do it wanted me to do it too. So I convinced my dad to take me to a gym. Since then, I just kind of liked it, and to the point now, I'm really in love with the sport now.
At first, when you wanted your dad to take you to the gym, was he like, nah, I don't want to put you in boxing? Or was he cool about it?
He was okay with it, but he just told me, if you want to do the sport, then you have to be committed to it. And then after that, I just got really, really committed to the sport, and now I just really like the sport now.
Oh, okay. How'd your mom feel about it?
She was the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No,
usually
but
moms don't want their kids and
no,
fighting.
no.
So what weight class do you box in? Do you fight in?
I'm fighting in heavyweight, but I'm trying to go down to light or middle heavyweight, like between those two. So from that, it just depends what I have to be in, and if I have to be in a 190, I'll just push myself to the limit, and I'll be at that weight.
What weight range is that like from?
That's from like middleweight is like 160 to like 180, and then 190 and up is light heavyweight, and then over 220, it's super heavyweight. So I'm trying to be at the 160, 170 average right now.
Would it be hard for you to get down to that weight?
Yeah, I just need to put 100%, and then hopefully the weight drops and drops and drops, and then you have to eat good to make that weight. Because if you eat bad, that weight will just gain and gain instead of losing it. So you just need to eat good and train hard, and that's it.
What's the hardest part? The diet or the actual training?
Honestly, it's the actual training, because you're gonna be in pain, but you have to fight through it to become the best. And that's how you become the fighter that you want to weigh in.
And how often do you train?
I train from Monday through Friday. I start at 5:30 and I get out at 8. So all those 3 hours there, I just train really hard.
Okay, cool. And what gym is that at?
I recently stopped training at Meadowbrook, and now I'm training over here at Los Gallos over here in Rialto.
Okay, why'd you switch?
It's just a better opportunity for me. They like the way I train, so I just decided to just stay there because they are good trainers, they're good coaches, so they just help me a lot.
Okay. What would you say your main strength is so far when you fight? Like, what's your, I don't know, your strength?
Uh, I just, like I said, like my strength is, you know, I can say it's my power, I guess.
Your power?
My power to the body, to the head.
What do you think is the main thing you need to work on?
The main thing to win a fight is your movement, your speed, and the power shots too. And the most main thing is the movement, and that's how you get the opponent really tired. So from that, you would obviously win the fight just from the speed, the power, and the movement. So
Okay. And who would you say your biggest role model is?
my role model is, like I can say, Canelo and them, and like Triple G. But the biggest role model that I have in my life is my family, my parents, you know, like everybody that supports me, cares for me, like help me, my coaches, my trainers. So everybody out that helped me, they're my big role models.
Gotcha. Does your dad help you train?
Once in a while, yeah. He tells me, "Oh, you need to move a little bit. You need to keep your hands up. I want you to throw your jabs. I want you to throw your jabs, move back, and then throw it again." I get a lot of training from him.
Okay. Did he used to box back in the day as well, a little bit?
A little bit when he was younger, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Kobe, let's talk about the Kobe situation, man. I don't know if you were old enough to watch him play. Were you able to watch him play?
Yeah, I watched a couple games of his, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Kobe, you know, he was known for his work ethic.
Yeah.
And there's all types of stories of him, you know, waking up at 3:30 in the morning, practicing 4 hours before the actual practice started, and just like his overall dedication was just through the roof and insane. Do you ever kind of like apply that to when you're training? Do you ever think in the back of your head, oh man, I need to be working as hard as Kobe at my game?
Yeah. If I had the one chance to do what he did, I mean, Kobe didn't become the best just doing whatever he did. He became the best because he woke up really early, just go shoot hoops. He wake up early to just go do what he loved, you know? And that's how he became the biggest LA superstar and biggest role model to other people in LA, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say to other people that loved Kobe Bryant and stuff like that, he's still our legend, you know? We'll never forget him. And rest in peace to Kobe and his daughter Gigi, you know? They will always be forgotten, you know? And they'll always be in our hearts.
So where do you want to take your career eventually? Like, do you want to eventually make it to like a superstar status, or is this something you kind of just want to do as a hobby? Like, where do you want to take this?
I want to take this to the next level, man. I just want to take it wherever it can take me. Try to become the biggest champion in the world, you know, in my division, and see where that goes for me. Try to become a big superstar.
Gotcha. Let's see. Oh, so you're 17, right?
I'm about to be 17 in November.
Oh, so you're only 16?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So how does that work for fights? Are teenagers allowed to fight adults? I don't know the rules and things. How does that work?
That goes by, from what I'm hearing, that when you're 16, you only get to fight people under 21. And then when you're 21 and over, you fight older men.
Okay, so when you turn 18, you can't fight like someone that's 30?
It depends if they like give you the opportunity. If you want to take it, you can.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not ready, then you can like turn it down and then train harder and wait for another opportunity to come. And then when you're ready, you take it.
Okay, so but if you're 16, you can only fight 21 and under?
Yeah, because if you're 16 and you fight a 31-year-old that's had more experience, you're eventually gonna get hurt.
You're gonna get killed.
And get killed, yeah. But it's better if you fight someone in your young age average, for it can be like better. So if you fight someone older, eventually you'll get hurt and you'll get killed and stuff like that.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, what does the fighting community think about Floyd Mayweather? I know he's like a controversial type guy. What do you personally think about him, and how do you feel about him? Not only as a fighter, but just as a person in general. I know he has a lot of crazy antics outside of the ring.
Yeah.
But what the thing is, the reason why I asked that is because after all his fights, he always has something respectful to say. He never bashes his opponent. He always just keeps it respectful. But then outside of the ring, you know, he puts on that character. So what does the fight community and what do fighters think about him?
I mean, I think he's a good champion, and at the same time, I think he's like kind of like a bad person. at the same time, because yeah, he can be respectful before the fight and during the fight, but after the fight it's over, he starts talking more trash than before the fight, you know. But I mean, he needs I mean, I know he's retired, right? He's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he should have another fight for 51-0, if that's possible, and probably learn from that to, like, if you win, you win. That's done. If you lose, then you lose. It's not like if you win and then you can keep talking trash, you know. It's like bad sportsmanship. So you need to, like, learn from your win that, oh, you already won already. Like, you don't need to talk more in trash. I know it's trying to get in people's heads, but it's just like really like ridiculous that what he does.
You're not a fan of it?
I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Not your cup of tea.
Nah.
What about his actual like fighting style? Do a lot of boxers like the way he fights? Because I know a lot of people kind of criticize it, like, oh, he's boring, or like he fights scared, or what do fighters feel about his style?
I think fighters think that he's a chicken because the only thing he would do is punch and then run away, or he would just punch and like play dirty, you know. I think how Floyd Mayweather should fight is like just punches and then just go at it, not just punches and then just try to run away just to win. The only reason you win is by punches, not punches and then running, you know. You just need to like punch, and punch.
So do you get nervous before fights at all?
Nah, not really, no. Just a little bit.
Okay, the reason why I asked that is because I've seen this clip of, Mike Tyson saying that while he's training, he'll think of, ways, or he'll think of losing a fight. He'll say that he's scared of his opponent, but then once he actually gets inside the ring, he's just filled with confidence. And so you're saying you don't get nervous at all before any of your fights?
I mean, I'll think about the fight, and yeah, that will get me nervous, but I have to give myself confidence. And when that confidence comes, it like kind of motivates you to like push yourself and like give a good fight to the opponent. That will make the other opponent push even harder, you know. And that's what makes that fight even better. It's like if you're trying to get to the other fighter's head, you know. So it gives both of you guys motivation to put you guys two good fighters in a really good match, you know.
And so, like, do you ever see someone, let's say you walk into a gym and you see them training or whatever, and you're like, man, he's really good. Do you ever, like, doubt yourself as if you can beat that person at all?
No, I just do my thing. I don't pay attention to nobody else but myself. I just do what I have to do. And because I'm really not worried about, oh, let me see if he's a good boxer, you know. Let me see if he can beat me up, you know. Let me see if he's better than me. It's just, you have to like focus on yourself, and that will make you a better fighter. And that's what makes you like better than the person you went in before. You know what I'm getting? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, got you. You consider yourself a trash talker?
Not really. Just when they trash talk to me first, then that will make me like want to do it back. I don't start the trash talk before they do it to me, you know, because that's not the type of boxer that I am. If they trash talk to me, yeah, I'll be like, oh, you know, it's whatever. But when they like bring up like family, then that's when I trash talk back, and that's when it gets really serious. So when we step in the ring with all that trash talk that we talked already, it makes the fight really, really more intense, you know. And that's what makes me fight like with more pressure and more stamina and more skills.
Are you would you say, like, if people were to trash talk to that level and talk about your family and stuff, would you say that you feel angry once you're fighting?
Yeah, I'll think about what he said. For example, let's say he said something about my dad or anybody in my family. I'll think about what he says, and then that all that anger, I'm not gonna just say it by words. I'm gonna say it with punches and the movement, and then try to counter with a good knockout, you know. And that will probably get me more angry, you know.
Would you say that anger is sometimes good in sports? 'Cause I feel like that's how I felt, like playing basketball or whatever. Every now and then, like when you get angry, you do play with a little bit more intensity.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes it can get out of control to where you're playing like too emotional and you're like too wild. Have you ever have you ever felt yourself get angry to the point where you're out of control almost, or no?
Not really, because when I get really angry, I try to control myself to not lose control of my like emotions and like all my anger. Every time when I get angry, I'll just try to step in the gym, take my anger out on the punching bag or speed bag, or if I'm sparring, I'll probably just try to take my anger on the opponent. You probably do the same shit like back. So it just I control my anger, you know.
Have you ever fought someone and then in the ring as you're fighting, he's just like constantly talking trash? Have you ever faced someone like that?
One time, yeah.
Yeah. Was it frustrating?
Not really. It's just that I really didn't care. I just pushed myself. Just whatever he said, it was just like if I was just like saying, "Oh, you know, just forget what he said and just do what you came to do." You know, if you came to get the knockout, then I'm here to get the knockout. If I'm here to take the W, then I'll just try my best to take the W. That just helps me motivate myself to take the W, like take the win or for the knockout.
I know like people like Muhammad Ali, they were like that. It's like the whole time they're fighting you, they're just constantly, you know, talking smack, trying to just get inside your head. Could you ever see yourself being like that, or it's just not in your personality?
I mean, I can see myself being like that, but just not out of control. I'll probably control myself. Yeah, I probably think one day I'll probably lose control and probably hurt somebody. But like I try to control my anger and my emotions to keep it like respect and just stay calm right after the fights, you know. And then after that, I just do what I gotta do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, from, you know, the time I've known you, you seem like a pretty calm person. I can't really picture you being angry and, you know, all over the place. At least that's what I've noticed. All right, so let's talk a little bit about school. You are a junior?
Yes.
And you are 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So will you be graduating when you're 17?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, so did you get put in school young or early or no?
I think so, yeah.
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 Let me ask you this question. I had friends growing up, a few of them, their parents held them back a year so that way they'd be bigger by the time they got to high school. Would you ever want to hold yourself back a grade?
No, I really don't think I want to do that to myself. You know? I just rather keep it how it's going right now. I mean, I'm almost done with my high school. I just need one more year, and then I'll just continue my career. And I don't have to worry about, waking up early, you know, for school, you know. And then, I have to get ready for school, you know. I'll just stay focused when I get out of high school, and then I'll be good.
Okay. And then how do your friends at school feel about you boxing?
I mean, I have some friends that'll be like, no, you know, you're lying, you're not boxing, you know. They'll be like, oh, you're not scared to get hit, or you're not scared to get injured. You're not scared to get a cut, you know, type of tough things like that. I'd be like, no, I mean, that's what I honestly signed up for, you know. I didn't go to just, like, be weak. I committed myself to come to the sport because it helps you, you know, get big, strong, and, like, more respectful, you know. It, like, teaches you a lot of things that you didn't know. And then from that's what I learned from that sport.
Is it hard keeping on top of your schoolwork and your grades while you train?
No, honestly, I just think about school more important than my career, because school is really honestly more important than anything else. Like, boxing is just a sport that I can do it every day. But school is like you have to do constantly every single day, and if you mess up, your grade will go down. But I'm not trying to put my grade down. I'm trying to keep it going up and up and up. That's what I'm trying to keep my work balanced. So if I go to training, I'll be like, oh, what the hell? You know what I forgot to do? So I just stay really balanced with my work. I just do it at school sometimes too.
So do you eventually want to turn this into a career?
That's my goal. Yeah.
Okay. And so if you want to, have boxing as your career, why would you say school is important?
Because it's not because right after you graduate from high school, you're basically a free adult, But if I focus on boxing right now, I'm gonna be held back a year or more, probably 2 years, that I'm gonna have to struggle on trying to graduate. I just rather graduate now, and then after graduation, I just got nothing but boxing in my mind instead of school and then boxing. I'd rather have school and boxing now, and then after high school, just pure boxing and just work my way up.
Gotcha. Okay. And then as you're working your way up after high school, do you plan on, having a job on the side to have an income, or what do you plan on doing?
I've been planning to hopefully start my own business.
Okay.
Or hopefully start training kids, just stuff on the side. And then from there, it would probably be something really different. So I really don't know yet, but I'm still considering about the business part.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still trying to think about if I had a business, what would I sell? If I had a business, what would I show, what to give out, and
Mm-hmm.
sell.
But you definitely want to start a business.
Yeah.
Okay. Entrepreneur. Got you. So let me ask you this. People say, there's a phrase, the entrepreneurial spirit, right? No one ever says, oh, that guy looks like an entrepreneur, or he talks like an entrepreneur, or he acts like an entrepreneur. They say that man has an entrepreneurial spirit. So in your opinion, where does that spirit come from?
That spirit probably comes from your heart, your soul, and from that, from what I've been hearing, I know that there's different type of places that will come from, your heart, your soul, the other hearts around you, for I can say, family members that have that already, and then they bring it to you, that will give it to you, so you will have it inside you.
Okay, so you can get it from your parents,
family, cousins.
Gotcha.
It really doesn't matter.
Do you think you have to be born with that spirit, or you can sometimes develop it?
I think both.
Both. How do up and coming fighters get paid?
Upcoming fighters get paid by signing with a promoter, and then from that promoter, they will start paying you. Because when you're amateur fights, you will have tournaments, and first place tournaments you will win a prize. But when you become professional, you're just every single fight you're just making money and money and money.
Okay.
And then that whole year you made money, it will come from making a little type of money to a big amount. That will probably help out your family. For example, want to go give it $2 for a homeless man on the street. That'll probably mean a lot to them than it meant to you, because they're having struggle times. But, for example, let's say if you have $2, if you see a homeless man, don't be afraid to be like, oh, here, I hope this means a lot to you. They will say it'll mean a lot to them, because they had a lot of rough times themselves, It's hard for them to work. But they still try their best. And whoever helps you, it would mean a lot to them too.
Can you ever see yourself owning your own like promotion company?
Probably in the future after my career, like Oscar De La Hoya, he has his own promotion, Golden Boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal for right now, trying to sign with them or any promotion. I mean, really, like any good promotion that I sign with, I'll fight really good for them. Probably put the best shows that I can do for them, and yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to have my own promotion as well.
So how do promotion companies work? Is it just like their job is to promote, but what do you need to have in order to promote? Like, do you need to have like an X amount of dollars or like connections?
I
Do you,
think
do you know how that works?
I think the promotions will probably work with the connection and the investments that you're making. So all the investment you're making, it will go towards the promotion, and I think it will probably help out the other fighters too. So that will probably develop their money as well. I really don't know. So I think just by the connection.
Okay. And I know sometimes boxers sign with, agents or whatever, and some of them kind of get shortchanged or, done dirty. Has anyone kind of ever spoke to you about that for future reference, or you're not there yet?
I'm not really there yet.
Okay.
When it comes, I'll talk to the guy, for example, the agency, and then talk to them about why am I signing up for. And if it's something really bad, then I really won't sign.
Okay. Do you have any like younger boxers or younger kids in general that kind of look up to you? Do you have anyone in your life that looks up to you?
I have 2 people that look up to me. One is my friend, and he's been going through a lot, but I've been there since, we've been knowing each other since kindergarten or 2nd grade, one of those 2. So from that, we just became long friends. And I always been on his side, he always been on my side, I really appreciate what he does for me. He looks up for me, and I look up for him. And then I have a big, like, a person that I look up to too. And it's, well, obviously 2. I look up for my dad. He's like a role model for me, Like, if I just see him work hard, it makes me want to work hard too. My big brother too, I look up to him too. He's been there since I was a little kid, so I look up to him a lot.
What's the best way to get better at boxing? So when you're training, right, like what do you think helps you the most? Is it the actual sparring?
The sparring, yeah, because you learn from that, For example, let's say if you get hit by a jab and you didn't know what to do, so from the next time you're sparring again, you already know what's coming your way. So when the jab comes to you, you can just move, or you can just throw one yourself, And honestly, from sparring, you really learn a lot. That's where I learned from. All the sparring that I've done for like the past 1.5, 2 years, I really learned a lot from all those sparring that I've been doing.
So if someone were to come in and they're hitting the bag and they're doing like the combos, all that can't match up to sparring.
Sometimes it could and sometimes it can't, because if the opponent that you're gonna spar and they see you doing your combos or your movements, then they be like, oh, he has good combos, let me try to do my own. Or he's fast, let me move faster than him before he can get tired. It's just different things when you're sparring, They sometimes see you, and then they will probably like read your movements and stuff. And then when you guys step in the ring and spar, he already knows what's gonna happen. So he does his movements before you do yours. So it's just him like reading your movement. So you have to like have like a special movement. So when you do it, he doesn't expect that coming out of nowhere. That's why you like learn a lot from that sparring.
Okay. Has your gym or anyone ever kind of spoke to you about steroids?
No,
No,
no.
there's
And
never been like.
I really won't take it because I rather work hard for the muscle and for the pain. I had to say no pain, no gain. You know, I rather work for the pain and add my gains to my body.
Mm.
And that's what makes you, because if you take steroids and you stop taking them, eventually all the muscle that you work really hard for, it'll go away and you have to work harder and harder and harder. And eventually you're going to take more and more and more steroids. And it's going to happen again. So it's rather if you just do it your own way, in the normal way, without steroids.
So what would you do if you found out like supposedly the person you're fighting has been taking steroids?
I mean,
Like, is there anything a fighter can do? Like, oh, I want him drug tested?
no, if the promotion that you sign with finds out that you took steroids or anything, they will probably like cancel the whole fight.
Wait, whose promotion? Their promotion or your promotion?
And whatever promotion you're signing with, they will like ask if have you taken steroids, and you say no, they will eventually ask you, oh, go you get tested or go get checked up. And if you lie to them, yeah, eventually you will get signed off, and then you have to like work your way up again.
Mm.
So it's better if you just don't take steroids and you just do it your own way.
What would you say the percentages of people that actually, either take steroids or take some sort of like performance enhancer? What percentage of people do you think are taking them?
I think, because I have never seen people do it, so
Oh, you personally never seen it?
I never seen nobody do it, so I think like a
Oh, okay.
50% or 60%,
60% of people are on steroids?
possibly.
That's a lot of people, man.
That's a lot of people. I mean, I really don't know, I can probably be mistaken, but like I say, I really don't know, so it depends.
Would you ever do like a MMA fight, or just is it strictly boxing?
If I have the opportunity to like do it in front of thousands of people and give them a show, then yeah.
You'll do it?
Yeah.
Okay. What could it be for free, or they gotta pay you?
I prefer doing it for money, but but if it's for like a fundraiser or a donation, and it has to be for free, then I'll do it.
Oh, okay, just like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're crazy, man. You got a girlfriend?
No.
No girlfriend? Oh yeah, let me ask you this. So what does a man want from a woman? I know you're only 16, but eventually you want kids. What does a man want from a woman?
I think what a woman wants from a man is
No, a man. What does a man want from a woman?
Want from a
What do you
woman?
want from a woman?
A good personality, someone to like talk to, someone that I'll have fun with, every single day. There's never days that I would be like, oh, I'm bored, Someone that, supports me, cares about me. Just someone with really, really good personality.
Do you think, like as a boxer, let's say you have a longtime girlfriend or fiance or whatever, and let's say you have to like travel, do you think that'll be difficult to have a girl and do what you have to do? Because some women, they want all your attention, they want all your time. Do you think that could ever be a distraction, or will you just always be able to be focused?
I'll 50-50 chance that I'll be more focused because I want to be like distracted. Because if I have a girlfriend, I won't be messing around, I'll just stay focused and focus and focus. Because if I really love my girl that I'll be with, I'm not gonna just date somebody and then play them or hurt their feelings and go do other stuff and then talk to her about it and then bad things happen, So I just rather stay like loyal and just stay with that one person and just that one person only.
Okay. When boxers train and they lift weights, what's like what's the weightlifting regimen look like? Because I know for the way basketball players and football players, they lift a little bit different. Football players, tend to lift a little bit heavier, do lower reps. Basketball is more lightweight but higher reps. How do boxers train as far as lifting weights?
Honestly, like different type of boxers train different because, like I said, they're lightweight and there's different weights.
Mm-hmm.
There's different weight. Like for me, I lift more than 300, so I can lift like almost 400.
On what?
Deadlifts or
deadlift.
deadlifts.
Okay.
So it really depends the way you have different body types. For example, let's say if you're like really really bony, like skinny, you have to lift light. And if you're really like heavy and big, you have to lift really heavy. So it really depends what your weight is and your body type. So
the body type plays a big role.
yeah.
And then how serious do you take your diet?
Oh, my diet.
Yeah.
I take that kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, But I'm working on it.
You're working on it.
I'm working on it really good now.
Yeah.
Try not to eat a lot. Yeah, it's really tough because when you go out to eat, you be like, oh, I have to eat a salad. But when you see other people eating, damn, I wish I had that, But at the same time, you have to like stay focused, eat the food that you have to eat. But there's cheat days you can have, for example, Sunday or Saturday. But me personally, like I do training every day. I run at school all the time. So, like I'll probably eat a lot, like bad food. And then the next day I'm just like regretting it. But I try a lot not to eat bad food, but like, so I'm like really used to it already.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, it's really hard. So I try my best,
Yeah. Is it a huge thing though, your diet? Like is it?
Yeah, it's a really huge thing.
Even at this age, at 16?
Yes, it really is.
Okay.
Because when you get older, for example, like around your 30s or 40s, your body is already getting like old a little bit. So it's kind of hard to burn all the calories and the food away. But it's better if you're young, like my age, or younger, to like eat good, because when you're working your way up, your body's healthier and healthier. Mm. But me, I'm doing bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do healthy.
So how often do you do cardio every day? Do you have to run every day?
I have to run every day.
Every day?
3-4 miles a day.
3 to 4 miles every day?
3 or 4 miles every day, but at the gym you have a treadmill, so I'd rather do the running there.
Oh, you like the treadmill?
Yeah, I like the treadmill.
Okay.
And then from there I just do more cardio.
Do boxers do sprints, or is it just like more long distance?
It depends. If you want to do sprints, you can do it. If you want to do a long distance jogging, it just depends how you're really comfortable with long distance or sprints.
Okay, you ever do sprints?
Once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, they suck, huh?
Yeah.
And you said what other sports did you play?
Baseball and soccer.
Okay, and so like what made you just want to just stick with boxing?
Because boxing, it was better because I like punching, like punching.
You like the physicality?
I like physical stuff.
Okay.
It's the same thing as the gym. I like lifting weights.
Mm-hmm.
In boxing, you lift weights. I like punch bags, They have that there. I want to start sparring, And then when I seen the Canelo and Triple G's first fight, I wanted to honestly be in that. Like, imagine myself.
In the fight?
In the fight,
Oh, man.
So I was like, let me try to talk to my dad and convince my dad, Oh, Dad, I was watching Triple G's Canelo fight, Can I join? He would tell me, would you be 100% committed to it? I'll be like, I'll try my best, because it's just my first year. So it's really, really difficult. And then I got the hang of it for a long time. And it took It took step by step, and that's how you learn. Any sport, for example, baseball. If you don't know how to hit, go to a batting cage and you will learn how to hit there. If you don't know how to do your base runs, the same. It's called practice. Practice makes perfect, honestly. So every time you practice, the better you get.
Who was the fight that just happened? It was that dude from London or UK versus the Mexican guy. What's his name?
Andy Reese and Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. What did you think of that fight?
That fight was good. Honestly thought Andy Reese was going to take it again because he took the first fight. You know, he was kind of gassing him out early, getting him with good punches. And Anthony Joshua was doing the same as well, you know. Good, both of them are really good champions. I respect both of them. And hope to see the 3, Anthony Joshua 3.
You want to see the third one?
I want to see the third one.
So what does Andy need to do different?
Trying to gas him out early so he can get for the counter punches, but at the same time not put more energy because he's going to gas himself out more. I think he should just wait for Anthony Joshua to do all his moves to gas himself out before anything else. And then that's when Anthony Reese comes in and steps in and be the counter puncher, you know?
Yeah.
For he can win the fight.
Does just by looking at it, does Andy need to get in better shape?
No, I think he's better. I think he's good or he's cool. At. It's kind of, I mean, he's comfortable the way his body is, you know?
Sure.
And he's kind of used to it already. So I don't think, I mean, if he wants to put more work and like lose the weight he has right now, I mean, he'll still be the best boxer, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I respect both of the fighters, you know? They put on a good show. It's just the way they want to feel when they're boxing, you know? It's like when the coach tells you, do you want to fight in this weight? Do you feel comfortable in this weight? It depends. Like, if you're really comfortable with the way you're at right now and you want to fight in that weight, then you're comfortable then the way you're going to fight. And if you're not feeling comfortable for that fight, then you have to, their coach is probably going to tell you to drop weight or just eat good and run a lot. And it's better to fight in the weight you're comfortable in, and for you don't get really gassed out to fight a really light fighter and then you're a really heavy fighter, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever had to cut a lot of weight for a fight or no?
No. I just need to focus on the diet first, and then from there I just try to push myself and then lose weight on the way up. Because I'm trying to fight at 180.
How much you weigh now?
Right now I weigh at 220.
You're 220?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
So I'm trying to like drop.
That's 40 pounds.
So I need to push myself more and more and more.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not easy, you know?
That doesn't sound easy.
It doesn't sound easy, man. But you have to push yourself, and that's what makes you drop the weight, and that's what makes you really comfortable in the fight you want to get in.
Okay. So yeah, dropping 40 pounds. So like, I don't know, let's say someone hits you up, hey, Javier, we got $20,000, but we need you to drop down to 180, and you got 3 months. You think you can do it?
Definitely. I just need to put 100% in every training, run a lot, because that's what helps you. Running a lot and sparring a lot, it burns a lot of calories, so it helps you drop weight, and you have to eat good as well. If you don't eat good as well and you're training a lot,
it's impossible.
It's impossible to drop weight.
Okay, so you'd be able to do it though in 3 months if you really wanted to.
If I really wanted to, I'll do it. If I didn't want to, I'll say I can't.
Okay.
I'll just decline it.
Okay, yeah, 180. No, yeah. I've seen like UFC fights, and you know the two people are fighting or whatever. I think it was Kimbo's last fight or something like that. Kimbo Slice versus some other dude, and they were just like so gassed out by like the second round. Both of them were
Kimbo
just
Slice
like,
and I think Data 5000 or something.
Yeah, they were so gassed
yeah.
out, and I remember like Joe Rogan and people were talking about it, and they're like, that's usually what happens when you cut a whole bunch of water weight. once you cut a whole bunch of weight or whatever in such a short amount of time, and then you have to go in and fight, your body just like
Gives up on
completely worn out.
Yeah.
Have you ever like you've never experienced anything like that or seen anybody in person like that?
My first bar, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I was gassed out, you know. I didn't never step into sparring before. So I didn't know what to do, you know. I mean, I know how to punch and everything, but the other opponent was better, faster, and stronger. So he was used to it. So when I stepped in the first time, I was just like trying to like put myself in survival mode, and I got gassed out like in the first 2 rounds, you know. So I was like, damn, you know. So that convinced me to push myself and like work hard, run a lot, and then now I really don't get gassed out that much. I'm like used to it already, you know. But
What's the most tiring part of boxing? Is it missing punches or getting hit, or?
I think you getting hit, because if you get hit in the like rib cage, it will take out your air. So you have to take a moment to breathe it back in. But at the same time, you have to like protect yourself, or else you'll get hurt. So I think getting hit is the worst out of anything in the sport.
Okay. I've always wondered the little speed bag.
Yeah.
What does that work on?
It works on your shoulders and the top part of your like traps. So it works out upper body and arms. So like since you're moving your arms more, like a lot, so it burns like calories on your arms. Like,
Oh, okay.
so it like gives you a good workout for your arms and shoulders.
It's not like an accuracy thing or anything like that.
Oh, that
Or
helps you too.
coordination?
It helps you too. You know, like it helps you like work on like, cause there's 2 different ways you can do it. You can do 1 by 1, or you can do it both hands. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer doing it both hands. You know, it's better. It makes the bat look good, and I mean that helps you a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. When's your fight coming up, or when it might come up?
Hopefully in March.
In March.
In March.
And do you know where it might be?
I don't know yet. I'm still talking to my coaches about it.
Okay.
So I'm SoCal. In
Southern California. Okay.
SoCal.
And do you know who you're gonna be fighting?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you didn't even know the opponent.
I really don't know the opponent.
Okay.
The only thing I'm focused on is me fighting in March, and just putting a lot of training. So that's only 2 things I'm working hard right now for.
Yeah.
Just for this fight on March. I'm just ready for anything, you know. I'm gonna go out there and put a show, and try to become champion.
Okay, so you're gonna be fighting. You don't know who it's gonna be. Does that does it make it harder to train, not knowing who you're gonna fight?
No, because sometimes before you fight, they'll probably show you his highlights or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll be like, oh, he's big, he's fast, he hits hard. So that gives you a hint to, oh, cover yourself. Try to work hard on your body punches, you know. It just tells you what to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, when that fight comes already and you're in the ring with your opponent, you already know what to expect. So when that fight comes and I hear about who I'm fighting, I'm probably gonna be like, you know, I'm not gonna even think about it that much. You know, I'm just gonna go in the gym, work hard, put 100%, and then when the fight comes, put 100% in the fight. And when I hear the final bell, that means I worked really hard. And I'm just gonna try to go for the knockout and hopefully take the W.
Is there any chance that your opponent knows he's fighting you?
No, I think they don't. It's just like they just fight. Like when they're there, they just see what you got, and I see what he got, and then from there you just work with it, and then when you're like working with him, just try your best to do what you got to do in that ring. Just ignore the distractions and just focus. If you're not 100% focused, you're eventually gonna get knocked out or hurt. So it's better if you just put 100% focus and just take the knockout and just take the W.
Okay. And so usually, like for that event, do you know how many other fights are going to happen, or how many fights usually take place in an event?
It depends, because sometimes there's 7 bouts, so that's 7 fights. 4 bouts, 4 fights. Like for example, let's say if we have 12 bouts, there's 12 fights, and they go by order. For let's say if they say I'm the 4th bout, so I know what, like when the 3rd fight comes and that's over, then I know I'm up, and then it goes bout and bout and bout. So when you're there, you got a chance to warm up, like work on your movement before you get out there. Do a little mint, just practice early when you get there. Just take advantage of the practice before you even get there. So, when that fight comes, I'll just be ready. Hopefully put on a good show and take the W in the knockout.
Cool, man. All right, well, good luck for when it does happen, and
Thank you.
Make sure to let me know so that way I can try to get a ticket for the event. I really want to see this.
Thank you.
All right, man. So yeah, we'll wrap it up. Appreciate it.
Thank you.